All right, guys, we're back. Welcome back to the channel. And before we begin, I want to send a quick shout out to two countries, one of them being Nigeria and the other being Jamaica. I just found out I have new subscribers from both of those countries. So I want to welcome you guys to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. It is much appreciated here on my end. Now, I told you guys before, I will be doing that from time to time when I find out, there's subscribers from different regions around the world. So once again, thanks everybody. Thank everybody who subscribed to the channel. I do appreciate it. If you believe it or not, I do appreciate it, guys, and thank you. But now let's talk about it. We're talking about Terence Crawford, and we're talking about Shakur Stevenson. Now, you guys know Shakur Stevenson this past weekend won a unanimous decision. He won a unanimous decision over Artem Harutyunyan, and he's been getting criticized for it ever since. And a lot of people were complaining, his fans, people who aren't fans, people who are in the boxing space, a lot of, YouTubers and boxing pundits, and myself included. But I think the difference with me is that, I gave him constructive criticism. I didn't pile on like a lot of people have been doing. I didn't say that he was a boring fighter. I didn't say that he needs to retire or, calling him outside of his name, Shakira and all these other names that people have been, chucking his way. I typically try to be fair to the fighters because I know it's a hard job. It's a hard job, and the thing with Shakur is I think he is a technically sound fighter. I think he's a very technically sound fighter. It's just some things he needs to tweak to make the fight a little bit more exciting in my book. Now, Terence Crawford, where he comes in at is a couple of tweets that he tweeted defending his friend, Shakur Stevenson. So I want to read these tweets and give you guys my take on it. Now, quick disclaimer, I'm a fan of Terence Crawford, huge fan. But, I don't let that stand in the way of me being objective. Some of you guys who've been watching the channel for a while know I'm really objective. I'm really that. I'm really him. I'm not, I don't go into things blindly just because I like a guy. I have to agree with everything that he does, everything that he says. I think he's going to win every fight. That's not me. The world's not just cut black and white like that. And I give my true opinions on how I feel about things. So let's get into this first tweet here. Terence Crawford says, F him, little bro. Ask Shakur Stevenson, let him know how you feel. They're letting you know how they feel. So off the rip, I gotta disagree with Terence Crawford telling him to let them know how he feels. And I talked about that a little bit in I think it was my last video about Shakur Stevenson. I think it was titled, Fighters Like Shakur Stevenson, Are They Too Thin-Skinned? And I think they are. And I think that's because they grew up in the age of social media. I mentioned that in the video. Whereas someone like me, I didn't grow up in the age of social media. So I'm a little bit more thick-skinned. I can handle criticism a lot better. I let things roll off my back. Just don't put your hands on me. Then we're going to have a problem. But I don't typically let words get up under my skin like that. And a lot of these young guys do because they grew up in an age where people can get on social media and say the most vile things about you, hide behind an avatar picture. And the problem is that guys like Shakur, they read this stuff. And they're human beings, and they're young, and they're impressionable, and it gets to their psyche. It bothers them. So it automatically, being young and hot-blooded, you want to clap back at it. You want to lash out at everybody that's saying something negative about you. And honestly, I think he just needs to focus on himself, focus on his craft, focus on becoming a, complete fighter, and not worry about what these people have to say. Stop reading the comment section. Stop reading the comment section. Focus on you. People are always going to have negative things to say about you no matter what, especially when you're doing something with your life. And he's doing something with his life. He's doing something that a lot of people can't do. He's stepping through that square circle. He's making great money. You know, he's living that life. He's living that life, and a lot of people are jealous of that. And yeah, they're going to have negative things to say. Some people just don't like you because it's you. You know, some people do have, you know, certain criticisms that, you know, of your fighting style, but some people just don't like you because of who you are. So he has to keep that in mind. So I do disagree with Terence Crawford telling him to let everybody know how he feels. Don't worry about how everyone else feels. Focus on you. Focus on you. Now, the second tweet, it says, it be your own people at the end of the day. Shake my head. Now, that tweet there, I you know, it's something that I have to agree with, even though I'm reluctant to. I have to agree with that. And this is about my community, the African American community. A lot of times we tend to pile on each other, you know, harder than we do people from other communities. Sometimes it's tough love, but a lot of times it's a crab in the barrels mentality. You know, we don't want to see each other do well. We don't want to support each other. And that comes from a lot of self-hatred. And I think we need to have a discussion in our community about that and get past that. I heard Goodfellas Sports TV. Shout out to Goodfellas Sports TV. He said something. I didn't get to watch the whole video, but he kind of mentioned how, you know, a lot of people were going in harder. I guess speaking about our community, going in harder on Shakur Stevenson than they were on Ryan Garcia. And keep in mind, Shakur Stevenson actually won his fight. You know, he put on a boxing clinic. And a lot of guys, a lot of people in the African American community don't want to touch Ryan Garcia, even though he's done the most vile things. He said the most vile things about us as a community. He's been cheating and just all this stuff he's been doing. But they rather not criticize him. They'd rather not criticize him because they don't want to lose certain subscribers. You know, they don't want to lose certain supporters. And I'm going to tell you, if they unsubscribe from your channel, I said this before, because you are defending who you are as a person, as a human being, then you don't want those type of subscribers. They were never, you know, they never really supported you. They only supported things that you say that they agree with. You know, I don't want people here on my channel if they, you know, if they get triggered because I say something that they don't like. Because I know that person isn't an objective person. You know, that person's just supporting certain fighters and, you know, no matter what they do. That's how I feel about that. But anyway, that is my take on Terence Crawford's tweets about Shakur Stevenson. I think Shakur Stevenson just needs to focus on self, focus on his career. I think the kid will be fine. I think once he gets everything together, you know, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with in the sport of boxing. I think he can be a superstar. I think the kid can be a superstar. But anyway, you guys let me know how you feel about it in the comment section. It's the CMB. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. And I'm out. Peace.